DIY side hustle. This could be a permanent opportunity for someone if you've built your relationships. We've had people that have helped their others' kids get internships. We've had people get into each other's country clubs, get on board seats. We've even had high caliber people that are looking out for the...
Hey, this is Mike from IntroStars, and today we're very excited to bring you a brand new episode of the Super Connectors podcast in New York. And for today's episode, we've got a really special VIP guest, Adam, the founder of NetWorkWise, an incredible networking group for super connectors and founders in New York. And I'm very excited to go to this event today, so I'll check it out in person. Hey, Adam, good to have you on the show.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
So Adam, what does it mean for you, the word super connector? What does that bring to your mind?
It's a loaded word. I would call, when I think of super connectors, I think selfishly benevolent value creators.
Okay, that's a good definition.
Yeah, well, at least for myself, my networks aren't mine, right? And I get more value providing value for others and leveraging my networks to the benefit of other people. So that's where that, I guess, definition comes from.
And so where did it come from your personal journey, growing up as a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult in your professional life? How did you become part of that mafia of super connectors? Do you do lots of introductions all the time? Did it come gradually over time? How did
I don't think there's a specific pivotal moment. I just think early in my life, I recognized quality people and the value of being around quality people outside of your health and your family. I don't see anything more important than quality people, and time is the most important commodity that we have. I've just made it my life to surround myself with quality people.
So how do you define quality people? What does that mean?
High caliber people that are looking out for others first, that they don't necessarily have an agenda, other than
purpose driven, mission.
I think that's a nice way of putting it. They don't necessarily have to be purpose driven, but I do think just seeing the good in others as opposed to being selfish.
And so now you organize events where you bring those high quality people together so they can help each other and create a greater opportunity for everyone there. So what is your selection criteria to find and gather those high quality people as you define them?
Excellent question. So I host an event. It's called More Than Just a Lunch. And actually it started by accident coming out of the pandemic. What happened was, I'll give you a little backdrop because I think it'll help to better understand.
Sure.
The answer. Coming out of the pandemic, didn't have an opportunity to see a lot of people. So when things opened up, a buddy of mine that owns a place called 10th Street Pizza in Hoboken, it's a great place. He opened for me to get a couple buddies together, about 8 of us. It was awesome just to see each other. We spent a couple hours and it was fantastic. We had a great time. Just hanging out, but some good outcomes came to fruition. Anyhow, the next week, a couple of my friends said, hey, I heard, or I wasn't able to attend that other one. Can you do it again? I asked my friend, hey, can you do this again? We did it. Great outcome. I thought that was it. But then I got a phone call that said, hey, I heard you put this lunch together. I said, I do. Next thing you know, I started putting a framework around this. And here we are. I just celebrated 3 years a couple weeks ago, and we've had almost 2,000 people that have come. We've had a tremendous amount of outcomes, everything that you'd think of traditional networking events in terms of like people doing business together, people referring business, people partnering in ventures. We've had people that have helped their others' kids get internships. We've had people get into each other's country clubs, get on board seats. We've had so many. We've even had dates that have come to fruition. Listen, true story, right? And as you know, with life and relationships, networking happens everything from the boardroom to the bedroom. Like literally. So anyhow, to answer, that's my long way of answering your question. The selection criteria was originally just really good friends.
Yep.
And then what happened, it became friends of friends.
Yep.
Good people know good people.
Yep.
And then as a result of that, it's just kind of grown through referrals. And so the criteria is really, trust is transferable, right? So if we have a good relationship, I trust you that you're not going to send me a bad apple.
For sure. And so do you still go to other people's networking events as well to grow your own network?
Of course, of course I always do. I'm hypercritical, because how I've designed this is I've tried to, every event that I've ever been to, I try to think about what could have been better. And then I take all those pieces, and that's how I've kind of designed my events. Doesn't mean they're the best. I mean, there are a lot of great other events out there, but I'm just not into these big, 100 people in a place and hey, go network. That's not networking.
So obviously your events are all about bringing great people together, high quality people, purpose-driven people, so they can help each other, send some referrals, some introductions, etc. But what about you personally? Do you make lots of introductions yourself
all the time,
on a regular basis?
constantly,
Yeah.
all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just what I'm doing. I've been put on this planet to do that.
I love
to make
that.
the world better by introducing good people that can mutually benefit.
I mean, I'm the same. My spiritual mission is to connect 1 million people together and bring more people to become super connectors, inspire them, right? And you're doing exactly the same. So I love what you're doing, of course. Yeah.
What drove you to do this? I mean, you were fired up. I love it.
I'm very fired up because it's been my personal experience. I've been to so many networking events, talking to people from all walks of life. And I realized that everyone is just an introduction away from their ultimate goal. And everyone's looking for introductions, whether it's investors, business partners, customers, lovers, everyone's looking for introductions. And if you can facilitate one introduction, that could change your life in a positive way. And my life has been changed by so many introductions.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is serendipitous. It's not strategic. It's not planned. You never know what you're going to get. You meet someone, you chit chat, you build relationship and rapport, and then they introduce you to someone else who's a game changer.
100%.
And you could never see that coming. It's a surprise. It's like, wow, this is incredible. And I think it's really let yourself go into serendipitous mode by surrounding yourself with amazing people and going to lots of networking events.
Yeah, you just summed it up really well, very eloquently. I completely agree, right? I mean, there's a butterfly effect
100%.
to those connections.
So when you make all these introductions, do you have some kind of tracking mechanism to see them over time?
Yeah, I have a database that tracks. Yeah, and I'm very anal about that. It's it's awesome, especially when you can. It got this ability to kind of print it out, and you can see where everything went.
Is it like a CRM system? Like what is
Yeah, it is. It is a CRM. It's something. It was like an off-the-shelf CRM that I used when I used to own an executive search firm that I've since just manipulated, customized to something like this. It's great.
Do you ever get paid for referrals? Do you pay other people for referrals? Is that part of your business model in any way, shape, or form?
No. I run a private membership group. That's one of the things that, so NetWorkWise is a platform essentially that expedites outcomes for like executives and professionals. Yeah. So we've got like different businesses. One is a private network, private membership.
Yeah.
But we're not paid per introduction.
So your monetization is about events and bringing people together. Like, what's your monetization? And
yeah, that's it. Membership. That's the primary. I mean, companies also hire our company to come in and host. Like what you're going to experience this afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, what do you think about a platform like IntroStars, which allows millions of people to become connectors, introducers, to track their introductions really easily, and to reward them on success, so everyone's always a winner? How do you think that might change the game for people who like to go to network events and make lots of introductions?
So what's really interesting, we're entering something called the relationship economy.
Yes.
Okay. Are you familiar with that term?
I call it the intro economy, but
like
relationship economy is a great way to put it too. I love that.
Yeah. So things are changing. Trust, getting back to that trust factor, is transferable, and we're losing out in the world a lot of trust in general. People are not I mean, look at what AI is doing with, this video could be done. We're at the point where people might not know if this is me and you.
Yeah.
So
AI is destroying trust, eroding trust.
It's eroding.
100%.
Yeah, it's eroding trust. And I know a lot of CROs, chief revenue officers, that they're struggling because of the marketing efforts that are being used are challenging. They're having to spend more and more money to get even a less result. So I think the platform that you have is really interesting because it also affords potentially you're creating a new role also out there, and for an independent contractor that's out there, because there's also not the gig economy. I'm forgetting the name of this term.
It's kind of the gig economy where everyone can literally build a side hustle as an introducer. That can become a gig economy side hustle.
You not even a side. This is why a side hustle. This could be this could be a permanent opportunity for someone if you've built your relationships to be able to leverage those, because your social capital can be financial capital.
100%.
So, I do see the value of that.
Yeah. I could see a future where millions of people are reinventing themselves as introducers, as super connectors. AI is taking over so many jobs. AI is, getting better at doing loads of things we take for granted. But one thing it's really bad at is relationships. Like, we need humans for that.
100%.
To build relationship and trust, as you just mentioned.
Yeah.
And so I think that will allow millions of people to reinvent themselves as introducers.
Completely agree.
Yeah. So very exciting time. So What is your approach to networking today? Do you spend most of your time organizing events, bringing people together, meeting new people, connecting people?
All the above.
Yeah.
It's probably equally split.
Yeah.
Because you always have to maintain, the relationships that you built already. You've invested that time. So I try to spend a significant amount of time just staying in touch, with my relationships. I think that there's significant value in that. So the majority is probably 50% is doing that, and the other, maybe let's call 25% is out, meeting new people, and then the other 25% is facilitating introductions and trying to figure out ways that I can leverage, my networks to benefit others.
So where can people follow you or find you, and how can they apply to be part of your select group of high quality people?
Well, the group itself, we find you. That's not to be snobby, but just we find you. In terms of the my company, NetWorkWise.com, and then from there you can just follow the prompts. There a lot of really cool things that we're doing. The lunch is called More Than Just a Lunch.
More than just a lunch. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Adam, I'm super excited to go to your lunch today to check it out and hopefully build a movement, cross borders. Obviously, I'm based in the UK. I come to the US all the time. And let's make some great connections, great referrals, and hopefully bring lots of other high quality people into the mix.
You're talking my language, man.
I'm excited. Thanks, Adam. Take care.
Yeah.